Hi there, I'm Melody. I'm your tutor. I'm going to be with you for the next few weeks trying to help you to use your laptop, your iPad, your tablet, your Android phone, or whatever it is that you have. So this week we're going to look at Wi-Fi and YouTube and Google. So I think we're going to start with Wi-Fi, but first I'll just run you through, since you're actually watching this on YouTube, I think I might run you through some YouTube stuff. So let's do that. So at the moment, you're looking at my screen. I'm just going to go into YouTube. Hang on. Boom. So this is YouTube. This is what you're watching me on at the moment. So I'll get a video going. Oh, look, here we go. Jerry Jablonski and the Electric Band. Anybody? I'm going to go for that one. That's one I've searched for before. These things have all come up because they're things I've looked for. The reason it's all too much, too many, enough, and so on is because I teach English as a second language as well, and this was I was wanting to teach them things with songs, so I was searching for them. This one, on the other hand, this is a video that features people that I really like. So this is probably what you're looking at the moment. Not this, obviously, you're looking at me. And let me see, so there's various controls on the bottom here that you can change. So you can stop the video at any time. So this is how you stop the video. Yeah. Now you don't have to hit that pause button. I realise you recognise that from tellies and things, play and pause, but you can actually just hit it there and it'll pause. Anywhere on the screen, hit it there, it'll start again. Hit it here, it'll pause. Yeah. So you can stop the video and start the video. If you want to go back, see how my arrow, there's my arrow. See how it turns into a little hand and it goes here. It's giving me an option to do something else. Usually the little hand means it's going to take me somewhere else. In this case, the little hand grips things. So if I'm going to click on it and I'm just going to drag it back the way, because I want to see that bit again. I want to say, oh, he's married. Oh. So I want to see that bit again. Or I want to go further forward. I want to see my lovely nephew singing. Oh, lovely. Again, stop it. Or I could start it again. Somebody comes in the room, I could mute it. Yeah? So it's still playing, but I can't hear it anymore. Again, anytime I want to do anything, if I wave my arrow around here, all these things come up. If I take my arrow away, they're not there. But as soon as I move onto the screen, here we go. Take me to the full screen. So I can turn that down a little bit, shall I? Now that's me holding, I'm clicking and I'm pushing and holding at the same time. Put the sound down a bit. Now what I can do is I can make it full screen like this. Yay! And there's Jerry Jablonski himself singing away. A couple of different ways I can escape. I can use this, it says exit full screen, or I can use the ESC button if it's a laptop. If you look up the top left, there's an ESC button and you can escape. Yeah? So I just thought I'd show you that, just since we are watching a video on YouTube. That's your controls, and you can have a muck about with them if you want. If anything goes horribly wrong, you could always, and you get stuck and you can't get back to watching the video, then you could always just click on the link that Ross or Kev or Steve gave you again. Yeah, I would imagine it was Ross or Kev who gave you. You can click on the link again, it'll take you back to the beginning of the video. And likewise, you could go, well, I've seen that bit, and you could click and drag this around the place. Yeah? Click and drag this pointer here. Okay. So we'll come back and do a little bit more YouTube in a bit. But for the moment, I just wanted to show you that, just so that you can control what you're watching now. Yeah. So if you're like, oh, somebody's come to the door, just hit the main part, and it'll pause it, and hit it again, and it'll start again. Or use the controls if you're happier using the controls. Okay. So let's get rid of that then, and let me talk to you about Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is the way that you get internet without actually having to connect to something with a wire. If you already have Wi-Fi and you know that you're already on the Wi-Fi, this still might be useful to you because it's great to be able to get Wi-Fi when you're somewhere else, not just when you're in your house, like if you're in a cafe or if you're in somebody else's house or whatever. And the reason that you'd rather use Wi-Fi, if you can, is on a phone, it kind of uses up your data. So if you've got a certain amount of data that you get every month and you're not using Wi-Fi to go on the internet, then you're using up your data. Maybe you've got a really great contract or a really great deal where you get all you can eat data, as much data as you want, then you don't have to worry about it. But otherwise, it'd be much better if you were on Wi-Fi. So let me show you what that looks like. So if we go into, I'll just go into the internet again and just show you, and I'll explain to you how to do these going onto the internet things in a minute. So I'm just going to show you what a Wi-Fi icon looks like. So here's one. Now you're looking at my screen as well. So my Mac, I'm on an Apple Mac, might look a bit different from what you have. There's the Wi-Fi button right at the top of the screen, but basically it looks like this, and it's at the top of your screen. If you have a phone, you'll find it at the top of the screen as well. This is the kind of thing it looks like on a laptop. I'll just stop sharing for a minute and I'll show you that. I'm just gonna get into I've got to put in a password to get into this other laptop. I'll just show you. So on your laptop, the Wi-Fi symbol is here. Yeah, it's at the bottom there, you might see it. And it looks like a little fan, yeah? That's Windows 10. That's what it would look like on Windows 10. On my phone, you can see it at the top of the screen. Let's see if I can show you. You can see the little Wi-Fi symbol there, yeah, little fan. And the more bars it has, the better. If it's got lots of bars, it means it's full up. So that's always a good thing. Let's see, I've got an iPad here. Yep, on the iPad, you can see at the top of the screen, it generally shows you that you've got some Wi-Fi, yeah. And what you do is, if you want to check which Wi-Fi it is or what you're looking at, then you can click onto it. So how we do that is we usually, well, on the laptop, I'll just quickly show you. On the laptop, we're going to click onto that little icon, that little fan icon at the bottom. So I'm going to do that. And then what you'll see is what comes up from that little icon is it shows you that we're on BT, which is my home one, the home hub. And there's some other ones coming up there. You can see that PlusNet. And what's the other one there? It's a BT Wi-Fi, something. Oh, another BT one. So these are ones that are coming up. These belong to my neighbors. So I can't go on them because I would have to have a password. Now, if I click onto PlusNet, so that's not my one. If I click onto that to connect to it, what happens is it asks me for a password. It asks me for a network key. Yeah. So if I was at my neighbor's house and they liked me and wanted to share their password with me and their Wi-Fi, they would give me the password and I'd type it in. Next thing you know, I'd be on the internet. Likewise on the old phone. Now I realize again, it doesn't look like an Android, but what you have to do on a phone is you have to go into settings. So you can see settings there. It's like a set of cogs. If I go into settings and it comes up, you'll see Wi-Fi, yeah, and it's saying BT hub, yeah, that's my Wi-Fi. So if I click onto that, and then it shows all the different networks that are there. So it shows I'm connected onto it. The Wi-Fi is switched on. Yeah, the little green button shows that it's switched on. and that's the one I'm connected to, and then it shows you these other ones, and they've got little padlocks showing that you can't get in unless you have a password. But that's when you're somewhere else. That's what you do. You check your Wi-Fi's on, and then you click onto the appropriate one, and then you put the password in. And in a cafe or a restaurant or whatever, they'll have usually on the wall somewhere, the Wi-Fi password, or you can ask the waitress or whoever, and they will give you it. So let's have a look at, if I share this with you again, go back to here. So that was your Wi-Fi icon. Let's have a look at what the settings icon looks like. Yep. So this is what your settings looks like. So if you want to go into muck about with your Wi-Fi, that's what you do. And you press that on your phone. Settings, they're slightly different for different phones, but you go in, and again, Apple, slightly different. So they've got the settings. And there we go, Wi-Fi, yeah. So click onto that. And there we are, and it's coming up with the different ones. And then I could click on them if I wanted to get in. There's free Wi-Fi in cafes and restaurants, and also in the library. All the libraries have free Wi-Fi. So if you want to, there's something you want to do where you want to be on the internet for a long time, and you don't normally have Wi-Fi, then it's possible you could go into the library. And if you're not so sure about how to muck about in the settings and so on, the library staff are always really good at helping with that kind of thing. Okay, so let's have a look at some other stuff then. So I'll share my screen with you again. Yeah, here we go. So we're on this is my laptop screen. Let's just close that for a minute. If we go, this is what we're looking at on Safari. On Safari. Safari is what we're looking at on an iPhone or an iPad or a Mac, Apple laptop. To get onto the internet, this is how we get on, by going there, yeah? We'll do that in a second. On this kind of laptop, on a 10, then what you're looking at is maybe this kind of symbol, Google Chrome, or possibly this, Microsoft Edge, or this kind of whirly thing that looks like, it reminds me of washing powder for some reason, a surf or something. So you have a little symbol that you can go into. Usually it's somewhere located around the screen on a laptop. If not, you could always try typing, like at the bottom, you've got this thing at the bottom here, this Windows shape here. When you click onto it, you can type in Google, and then it'll come up. Yeah, so you'll see Google. There's an app. You click onto it, just tap it, yeah, or click onto it with the cursor, yeah, depending on what kind of thing it is, yeah. So, but on my one, as I said, it's Safari, yeah, and I'll just show you what it looks like. Look at the Google icon. These are the different kinds of things that you get on phones. It looks like this G logo, or this Google Chrome, or possibly, let's have a look at Microsoft Edge. There it is. It's like a, like I say, it reminds me of washing powder for whatever reason. So here's, so that's Edge. So you need to click onto one of those things, and usually where it takes you is, it usually takes you to Google. So okay, click onto Safari here. It's not taking me anywhere. I'm going to put in Google, and that's what you're looking at, yeah? So this is good old Google, where we can search for things. Okay, so one of the things we can look for is the thing that you're currently watching me on, which is YouTube. All I've typed in there is the letter Y, and you can see all this YouTube stuff all appearing here. Yeah, so you can just go on YouTube, please. Now, you'll notice I've got an arrow. Yeah, I'm waving it around, it'll get bigger. Ooh, big arrow. when I move it onto one of these titles here, you'll notice it turns into a hand. That means it's taking me off somewhere else. Yeah? So if I click, it's going to take me somewhere else. You can see that it's not happening here. I think it's turning into various shapes. But as soon as it hits one of these ones with the underlines, it can take you somewhere else. Yeah? So we can click onto YouTube. And there it goes. And here we are. We're in YouTube. Because obviously you arrived here via a link, so you don't necessarily know how to do that. And one of the things we can do is we can search for a band. So I can't even imagine what kind of band you would like. So I'm going to put in, yeah, I'll go for the Eagles. Yeah. Now you notice all I've typed in is EA, and then it comes up Eagles, Hotel California. Keep typing Eagles and see what happens. Eagles. Eagles Live, Eagles Greatest Hits, Electric Slide, Take It Easy, Take It to the Limit, you know. So it's trying to guess what I'm going to write next. And each time I do something else. So if I put in a D like that, it's all Desperado and Dirty Laundry and so on. In order to come back, you know, when I'll stop sharing a second. If I want to rub something out, then on your laptop here, the light's not too great. Okay, here we go, yeah. So here, you see that button there? It's got the arrow and the cross under the delete button. So here, yeah, this button here, that's your backspace. If you press that once, it goes back one space. Yeah. So this is the one we use when we're rubbing things out usually. Backspace, yeah? And it's the same on just about every computer. It's an arrow pointing back the way, pointing left, yeah? And it's this key is always on the right of the computer. So that's what I was doing there when I was rubbing it out. So if I share that with you again, let's go back to where we were. And I was looking at the Eagles, so I go, oh, like that. So we're looking at the Eagles, we go Hotel California, yeah? So I take my arrow down there and click, and here it comes. So we've got all the videos come up. I think that looks like a live one. I'm just rolling my fingers up and down like this, up and down the touchpad to get the screen to move up and down. But if you haven't got the hang of that yet, usually there's some kind of way of scrolling the screen. So you can move it up and down, or sometimes there's a scroll bar here, you can pull it up and down. So we find our video, click on it, it'll start playing. Hooray! You can turn it up and down, or you can turn it up and down using the controls on your computer, because there's usually some volume controls on the iPad or tablet. Often it's on the side. Is that what it is on this one? Other side. This side. Usually on a laptop, it's up at the top. So it's sort of here. Here. Yeah. You just can stop that. Yeah. We can carry on. There's all sorts of ways we can share it and stuff like that. I'll tell you on a different occasion. So that's YouTube. So I've set you a little task. See if you can go into Google. See if you can find a video of a band you like or a singer you like. You know, I mean, maybe you like classical music. You maybe put in oh, here we go. You see, I started typing Luciano. There it is. There's Pavarotti. I mean, even if I just typed in Pavarotti, because these are very clever things, aren't they? Pavarotti comes up at the top. You click on that, and then I've got all the Pavarottis. Yeah. So whatever singer or musician or band or whatever you like, have a look. Another thing to do is the how to fix a. And you see all the things coming up, how to fix a zip, how to fix a puncture. Well, let's say how to fix a Honda. Now, Honda make a lot of things. So we've got how to fix a pull cord, a lawnmower, a carburetor, Civic window. Let's have a look. So again, we come down the way. And we can see all the different things, how to fix your window. Very useful. So maybe if you could look up how to fix something, that would be really good. And let me see, what else could we put in? Maybe, oh, I know, a theme tune. Okay, so theme tune. Ah, look, we've got theme tune to Black Beauty, Peaky Blinders. Let's go Starsky and Hutch. Let's see if that worked. Oh, it's got an advert coming up. It says your video will play after the ad. Well, that's really annoying. So we have to wait for it to finish. Sometimes it says skip the ad, but no, it's going to make us watch the video. Ah, now it's finished. Now we'll get our theme tune, hopefully. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I think I was going to go on to doing more googly things, but I think for today, that's been quite a lot of information. So hopefully that's been useful to you about Wi-Fi and about YouTube. And you could maybe try some of those things out. If you have any problems, obviously give Kev or Ross a shout, and they'll try and help you out. Good luck, and I'll see you next week. Bye.